Hey guys, this is Brittany Willis.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a special guest here with me. This is Bradley.
Hey guys, what's up?
Alright, so last weekend on Instagram we had you guys send us questions for us to answer in our Q&A video today. So we're going to answer those questions, and we also asked you today on Instagram if you had any last minute questions. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm. Let's do it.
So this question says, what would be your perfect day?
Alright, my perfect day would be waking up at like 9.
That's sleeping in for him.
Cooking breakfast, like eggs, biscuits, bacon,
Pancakes.
gravy, pancakes, orange juice, and milk.
It's a very specific breakfast.
And then probably like laying around, watching like
Netflix.
Netflix or something. No matter what we do, I guess. Just like
the mall or the gym. Or
yeah,
going out to
go out and do something just to
movies.
kind of hang out, like have dinner together, cooking something, and then just hang out.
That would be our perfect day. And if it's warm and we could go to the beach, we would definitely go to the beach or the pool.
I'm more of a park guy. I love the beach, but I love trees and the mountains and stuff, so like going on like a hike or something would probably be fun. I'd like to incorporate that.
Tay_Sharp_ said, why is your uniform different color than his?
Well,
A lot of people actually asked this, so I'm gonna let him explain.
so our uniforms are different colors because we are in different branches of the military. So the entire military does not have matching uniforms. I'm in the United States Marine Corps and she's in the United States Air Force. The Marine Corps has similar uniforms to the Navy. The new OCPs for the Air Force are similar to the Army. So I guess like in the future that could be confusing, but
So Summer Stanford said, how do y'all deal with dating someone from a different branch?
it was difficult to get her to date someone from the Marine Corps.
Or in general.
Or in general. Marines specifically, we have a pretty bad stigma, so it's usually hard to convince someone that we're not all jerks, I'll say. So it's not really that difficult though. We have similar lifestyles, similar times that we do things, so it's really not that difficult from one branch to the other. It's just like the stigmas, I guess. The Air Force and the Marine Corps are like different ends of the spectrum.
It's also been a little bit easier for us, I think, because we work in a similar career field, just in different branches. This one says, when are you two getting married?
That's funny. Yeah, so recently
As in last night.
asked her to marry me, so yeah, did that soon as she'll let me.
Alright, if we were stuck on a deserted island, what would we bring and why? Can I bring Giselle?
You'd end up eating her. I guess if I was just trying to survive, it'd be like fishing equipment, water purifier, and like flint to start a fire. Probably like a really good book series.
I was gonna say a book.
Probably like a book series I haven't read before, so I'd probably bring like Game of Thrones because I've been meaning to read it.
Alright, this is a question that about 10 different people asked at least. So this is the one everyone asked me. How did you and your boyfriend meet?
We were stationed at the same place, on the same base. She was working like night shifts. I was out with my buddies on the on-base like event center, like it's like a bar and like music, karaoke and stuff like that. So we were having a good time. I had, you know, a few drinks, I guess. So we were like, all right, let's go get some food. So I was like, okay, let's go get some food. So we go to the chow hall, and she just so happened to be sitting there having midnight chow.
Because I just got out of class.
She just got out of class. I was being like kind of loud, like talking to everybody. Like I'm pretty social. Like I was talking to everybody, asking where people were from. And I hear this person from like 2 tables away just ask like, where are you from? Like a really like judgmental, like my country accent. She was like, what the heck? I was like, Kentucky? She was like, I can tell. My buddy was like, yo, we should go sit over there. So my friend asks her table, like her and her little group of friends, like, can we come sit by you guys? So she was like, yeah. They were like, yeah, sure. So we went over there and sat. We had like a long conversation just about random stuff.
I would never date you.
I was hitting on her, and she was telling me that she would never date me. And so then we all left at roughly the same time. Her and her Air Force friends were like, they were going away, and we were going our separate ways, like down different ways of the sidewalk or whatever. And my buddy was like, yo, dude, like, she was into you, like you should talk to her. She's obviously was not into me, but that's what he thought, I guess. So I was like, oh shoot, like, so I was like, bye Willis, and she was like, bye Lewis, and I was like, oh my gosh, like she carried my name out, like she's into me. I asked her if she had Snapchat, and so I was like, wait. So I just started sprinting. I was like in a dead sprint to get to her, like in my full uniform and all. And so I get to her, and I'm like, can I add you on Snapchat? And she was like, yeah, sure.
I don't think I would have gave you my phone number.
Probably not.
Anyways, so this was in tech school, so I was also trying not to get into anything in tech school, like no kind of relationship at all, especially not a serious one. But that was actually a terrible first impression of you, because that's not who you are, how you are at all.
Yeah, I don't.
But I did judge you based on that first impression.
No similarities between that night and who I actually am. Had to work past that first impression, I guess. I met this woman on March 2nd on a Saturday at 1 a.m. roughly. We started dating on April 6th. And that was a month and 4 days of me nonstop texting and like trying to hang out, like do stuff. Like,
we started dating only a month later?
Yeah, like it felt like longer. Because
it felt like a lot longer. So we met last March, we started dating last April, and then we were together for,
I don't know, like 5 or 6 months, something like that. And then she was definitely not ready to be loved. I definitely was ready to love. She kind of ended things after we'd left that base.
So we both left that base, went to see our families, went to our first duty stations.
The night before my Marine Corps ball, I called her and was like, hey, like, what are you doing?
You have to give them time references.
Okay, so this is in November. This is like August, September, October, November. So like 4 months later, and I called her and I was like, hey, will you go to the ball with me? Like, I know it's in 2 days, but like, go with me. Like, I want you to be my date. And she's like, no.
At that point, I was still 100% convinced that I did not want to be with him.
Mid-December rolls around, and we're still having those random conversations. We're trying to have a friendship, and so we don't really talk over Christmas leave block. Like, we both took leave, and we're like home on Christmas, spending time with our families. And she had came back, I guess, to her duty station, and she had texted me, and had kind of opened up about how she was missing her family, and she was feeling sad, and I was kind of there for her. We talked about it, and then randomly, like the next day, she asked me if she could take me up on my offer to still come up here and like see her.
Because he had asked a few times before if he could come up here and see me.
Multiple times. So first night she invites me. She did not want us to be alone together, so she invited a bunch of friends over, and we were having like a game night, like just hanging out, everybody having a good time. Like, it was fun, and
my friends liked him, and he liked my friends.
Yeah, they were all really nice. So they left, and we kind of sat down, and she was literally sitting in this spot, and I was sitting in this spot. We were just talking. She was like, why are you here? Like, do you know why I asked you to come here? And at this point, we're both being kind of like weird and awkward. Like, I know what I want.
Well, because we hadn't seen each other in how long?
So I guess we were both just kind of wondering where the other person's, I guess, heart was and what we wanted.
But at this point, he was the one that was acting like very reserved and closed off. He had no idea what I had already realized and decided that I felt. And that was like the only reason that I asked him to come up and see me. I wouldn't have asked him to come if I didn't have a good reason. Like, I didn't actually just ask him to come up here to be my friend. Like, I realized that I actually loved him.
I didn't know that, so I guess I was trying to be like the tough guy. Like, I'm not gonna like open up to her and like tell her I still love her.
He was playing hard to get, and I was like, yeah,
I wouldn't say I was
right.
playing hard to get. I was just being cautious, like with my heart. Like, I didn't want to fall in love with you. Like,
I hurt you, so.
Yeah, so she told me that she wanted it all with me, like wanted everything. Well,
he said, "What exactly are you ready for?" And I said, "Everything."
Didn't know what to say. I was speechless, so I just like grabbed her and I hugged her and I kissed her, and I was like, I don't know what else to do. Like, this is the only way I can like show you how I feel right now. Sunday afternoon, we were just laying down like talking before I was leaving to go back to my base, and I told her that I still loved her and that I wanted to like actually be in a relationship. Like, if we're gonna do it, we're gonna do it, And I asked her to be my girlfriend, and she said yes. And we dated for a couple months, and at this point, we've been in each other's lives for a year. We knew each other, we knew each other's hearts. We both knew we were ready, so we started talking about like our futures, like getting married someday and like having kids. So I knew that she was ready, and I knew that I'd been ready for almost.
Because before, I would have never ever talked about any of this with him.
Yes, so I knew when she said it, she meant it. She doesn't say something unless she means it with her heart, and I'd loved her for a year. So when I knew her heart was in it, gave her dad a call. We had a great conversation, gave me his blessing, and he gave me some advice and said, if you know what you want, don't waste time. Like, it's a short life. And the next weekend, yesterday, I asked her to marry me, so we did it.
Yay. Kiana Jones asked, my boyfriend's a Marine and I want to join the Air Force. How does it work seeing each other?
Air Force and Marines, I guess it depends what your job is. because, you know, depending on his job, he might only be able to be stationed on, you know, one of 2 bases, which is going to be Camp Pendleton in California or Camp Lejeune in North Carolina. So it really just depends what your job is. Some jobs you can go to a bunch of different bases like me and Brittany as well. And then some jobs you're going to be stationed at one of those main 2 bases. So at the end of the day, like, the military doesn't really care if you're boyfriend and girlfriend, or even if you're engaged. Like, they're not going to, you know, station you together or try and put you close to each other. It's not a valid reason. Once you become married, like, then that's whenever the military starts to say, hey, you know, it's a family at that point. I guess you're just going to have to hope and pray that you're going to end up at a base close to each other, and your only really option is going to be, you know, driving or flying to see each other on the weekends, because if you're not stationed at the same base, like, the military's not going to go out of their way to make you guys see each other.
This question says, is being in a dual military relationship hard, especially with distance?
Depends how much you want it and if you are willing to put in the effort. Like, the military hasn't put a lot of stress on our relationship up to this point, but in the future I'm sure that'll change with deployments and things like that. But
well, again, we kind of got lucky that we met each other working in, like, the same career field. All right, is being in a dual military relationship hard, especially with distance? So I think every dual military relationship it's different for, because it depends, like, how far away you're stationed from each other, if you have, like, similar jobs, things like that. So for us, because we're not stationed super far from each other and our jobs are somewhat similar, I think that helps us a lot. What's the pros and cons of dating someone in another branch?
I guess the pros would be we have different experiences throughout the day. We get to talk. It gives us more to talk about. We're not both living the exact same life, so, like, there's differences.
I think our medium distance is a pro and a con, because we look forward to the weekends so much, or any time that we're actually able to spend together. Like, it makes it that much better.
Yeah, we appreciate that time that we have together more.
Yes.
And I think when we finally, you know, have the opportunity to live together, it's going to be easier to live together because we're going to know what it's like to be apart.
Yeah.
And you're also someone who does, like, you know, your space.
Yeah.
So, like, it kind of helps because, you know, we're not overwhelming each other, and, like, I don't like to be crowded either, but like it's good for us. We don't take for granted any of the time we get together. So.
Like, for us, it's enough time to miss each other, but it's also not too much time where we feel like it's not able to happen. So Valine_T said, how old are you? I'm 28.
I'm 24.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why she did not want to talk to me.
Like, after the first day I met him, age was never a thing on my mind after that. Like, I don't think about it at all. It doesn't feel like there's a difference at all. But when I first heard how old he was, I was like, no. I was like, you're a Marine and you're younger than me, so no.
I think once you get to a certain age, like, age really kind of stops mattering. Like,
well, age matters less than maturity, I think. Brittany Nicole said, how long have y'all been together?
you know, we've known each other since March 2nd at 12:57 a.m.
How long have we been together, though? So probably in total, it's probably been like 8 months. If you count like the 4 or 5 and then the other like 2 or 3.
Yeah, we did take a little bit of a break there. But I think that was important.
It was important for me, I think, especially because he has always been like consistent in how he's felt about me since day one, but I was never sure that I could give him the same.
But at the same time, I think I grew as well from that time apart from you. I think I appreciated you even more once I got you back, and like I love you now even more than I used to. Yeah, for sure.
I think you already loved me and appreciated me so much.
I did, but like now I know, like now I have this side of you that I've never seen before, and it's like every day you blow me away, and it's just like a lot, and I love it.
Nicole said proposal details, wedding date set, ?
Originally I was gonna propose today, but it's
during our filming of this video. He was gonna do it during the video.
That was the plan. I was gonna propose when one of you guys asked that question. When are you guys gonna get married, or are you guys engaged? I was just gonna be like, boom.
It's my mom's birthday.
Yeah, and I didn't want to ask her on her mom's birthday. So last night I just got here late, and
still in his uniform.
Yeah, because usually I just get on the road and drive up here like as soon as I can. And I was just telling her how much I loved her and how I felt about her.
Well, first of all, you came in, turned the TV off right away, and started talking really deep, and I was like, what is going on?
Yeah, so I got down on one knee, It just happened literally right here, like right where the
Well,
camera
first we were
is.
sitting on the couch, and then he like stood me up, and we were like standing up and talking, and I was like, why are we standing? And then he got down on one knee.
I told her that I loved her, and I asked her if she would marry me. And you know, like I've asked her multiple times in the past, like, hey, you want to get married? Like, I love you. And like, she kind of thought I was kidding because I hadn't showed her the ring yet.
Yeah.
And I was kind of holding it like to her side, and I was like, you know, like, will you marry me? And she was like, oh my gosh, get up, like, stop joking around. And I was like, no, she was like, are you being serious? I was like, seriously. And then I like moved it around.
But there was a good like minute where I was like, are you kidding? I was like, you're kidding, right? You're joking, right?
It felt like a minute, and then I showed her, and she was definitely surprised. This is the exact spot that you like told me that you wanted everything with me, and I thought it would be romantic to ask you to spend the rest of your life with me in the same spot. And this is our home, so like.
Also, I'm not like a showy person. I wouldn't have wanted it to be in front of like hundreds or thousands of people.
Yeah, so I want it to be a moment just between us.
That's what I want.
Just me and her alone, and just, you know, just us being together in that moment.
All right, wedding date.
Wedding dates? We're not really talking anything like specific days, but we're talking like month ranges. Hopefully sooner rather than later, because we're both ready. When you know what you want, you know what you want. And
Like by the end of summer, maybe. What's your favorite thing to do together?
I don't know. I guess our distance apart has made us really appreciate just like
Doing nothing together.
just being in each other's presence. I think one of our favorite things to do is just lay around and watch Netflix and just like
Act like we live together all the time.
Yeah, because
Make
like,
breakfast together and
we really definitely, I would say, appreciate the little things more than anything, like cooking together, cleaning together, shopping for stuff in the apartment, just being in each other's presence. We just really appreciate each other's time because we don't get it as much as we would like.
All right, this question says, what's your favorite thing about each other? He's literally loved me unconditionally since the beginning. It's never changed. He's always just literally loved me, and I've never had that before, so that's my favorite thing about him, is the way he loves me.
I would say the thing that I love the most about you is, and it took a long time for me to see it because you didn't let me, but it's how big your heart is, like how big her heart is, and how much she really can love. And I always told her, I could always see it, like just a little bit. She would let just a little bit out, but I could always see like how much love she really had to give. And I told her all the time that like, I don't know who you're gonna give this love to, but someday you're gonna love someone more than anyone's ever been loved.
And I was like, no.
And she does. She has the biggest heart of anyone I've ever met, and yeah, you blow me away every day for sure.
What is y'all's zodiac signs? So I'm a Virgo, and he's a Capricorn. And if you guys know anything about zodiac signs, that means we're like perfectly compatible. Like Capricorn is my best match.
And I didn't know anything about this. I didn't even know what I was until she asked me, and I was like, what is that?
On our first date that he tricked me into going on, I found out that his birthday's in January and that he's a Capricorn, and I was like, interesting. Well, I'm like a Virgo to a T. My first tattoo was the Virgo symbol, so I know I'm a Virgo, and I knew what a Capricorn was.
I freaking love you.
All right, Jessica Renee says, do you guys plan on staying in the military long term? For me, probably not. I'd love to like stay at home with our kids.
I would say that if the perfect job was to never present itself, like absolutely perfect, like money for her to be able to like stay home and like, you know, take care of our family. I see myself being in the military for a long time. So hopefully that works out. I'd love to do 20 and then, you know, retire, but you know, we'll see what God's plan is for us. You know, we take it day by day, I think, for the most part. I'm more of a planner, but she keeps me from doing that too much.
Thank you guys so much for watching our Q&A video. I hope you enjoyed the story of how we met. If you guys want us to do any other videos or vlogs or something like that, let us know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video and follow me on Instagram at Brittany L. Willis. All right, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!